how does the desire to be righteous lead to alienation among especially young people?
Well, I was watching there was a podcast I was listening to about people who were in the punk community in Richmond, Virginia, and
That's not where you usually assume the nexus of the punk community is.
I know it's not. Richmond isn't known for this, I don't think, but it was. They were just talking about how they were dealing with call-out culture and people who had sort of transgressed and maybe not treated, their girlfriend in the right way, and one person calls out another for being misogynistic or for not being respectful, and then all of a sudden, and everyone embraces that and says, okay, this is great, this is righteous, we need to get this person out of our community, and then it comes out a couple months later that the person who did the accusing is accused of something else. And she has fallen short of the kind of cultural norms. And all of a sudden, you have this competition for who is the most righteous, who is the one who can say, I'm justified. And what it happens is it becomes a shrinking community, fractured, and everyone just starts to hate each other.
Wow.
And that's the punk community, which is supposed to be sort of a rebellious thing.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Before we move on here, as you're speaking, I'm thinking of Paul applying the gospel that he'd been unpacking in the first part of Galatians to their lives in the second and the life of the church. And he says, basically, if you think you justify yourselves, it's no wonder that you're given to backbiting and slander and divisions. It's interesting hearing you talk about this, how we're more divided than ever, in part because we are seeking self-justification. And we're going to look for the people out there, the few, the proud, who, will confirm to us that we're the in crowd. We're the good people.
We're the good people. It's true. I mean, Paul, sees into these things deeply, and when everything becomes a measure of righteousness, it's no surprise that these people are good and those people are evil. And
that's when I get mean, when it's over my self-identity.
Yeah, that's what's at stake.